Hi, everybody. Gosh, miss being on here. Happy summertime. Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm going to literally open up my book. So I have this little book called Believe and Achieve. And I'm just going to literally open it up and read what page opened up today. It says, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." Robert Louis Stevenson. Ooh, that is perfect for what I'm sharing with you guys today. Listen to that again. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. I love that. I mean, how amazing. I love it when God just makes something like that happen. So I want to share with you guys today. We're just having these quick little trainings here over the summer where Kelly and I are just popping in and just sharing with you some of the things that we're doing right now, some of the things that are working. And it's summertime, and a lot of you guys in here have network marketing, direct sales, or franchise businesses. So do me a favor, if you're watching this later on the replay, then just drop below what business are you in. You can even drop your company, which does two things. One, it helps us to know what to speak to make sure that we're serving you the best. Second, it allows other people in here to see what you do. Because I don't know about you guys, but I was literally just thinking last week I needed a rep of On Guard, which is doTERRA. I usually buy from this one person, but I like to spread the wealth if I can. And so I was like, oh, I wonder if anybody else in this group sells that. There's also a cute Stella and Dot bag I wanted. So it's good for me to know who in here sells what, because I personally love to make sure I'm representing other companies. And if I can buy something from somebody in this group, I prefer to do that. So drop below what business, company, products you sell. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple of things today, actually 3 tips for just getting your business back to where you want it to be in the summer. Good morning, Stephanie. So happy to see you on here. And so a couple of things can happen in the summer. Either you've been working full-time all year, maybe you're a teacher, maybe, whatever your business is, and you kind of chill out a little bit in the summer. Maybe you're able to relax a little bit more. You don't have to work so many hours. Maybe your company is a little more laid back in the summer. Or maybe, I love that. Thank you, Stephanie, for telling me what you're with. Yes. I actually probably need to reach out to you too. And so one of the things that I love is that either you maybe have off in the summer with whatever other job you might have, or maybe your hours are just a little more laid back. But the summer is always a great time to reorganize, revamp, and kind of recommit to your business. And so I'm going to share with you these 3 tips today. The first one is reconnect. So I think it's so important that at the beginning of the summer, you reconnect first with your team and then with your customers. Why do I say that? Well, people start traveling and you want to make sure that your team is still learning how to continue to build their business and grow and have sales everywhere they go this summer, right? So hopefully you've had time to do some either team Zooms or reach out to some of the people on your team and talk about that, right? Talk about, hey, when I travel to different places, I try to find somebody there that either I can have a show with or I could set up an event with. When I'm traveling around, I try to make sure I always have extra products with me so that if I meet somebody at the pool or the beach, I can share with them. I can give them a sample if my company has samples, right? Stephanie does Pure Romance. They have a lot of parties. So for example, Stephanie, if she's traveling, she wants to teach her team how when you travel, why not set up a show with somebody while you're there? Then you can write off your whole trip, right? And you're just away from your family for maybe 2 hours, but you're able to write off the whole trip and maybe grow a whole team in that new area. So those are the kind of things that I mean when I'm saying to reconnect with your team and give them ideas. Now, I like to do reconnection by if you have a smaller team. So if you have 20 people or less on your team, I would reach out to each person personally. And then maybe also make sure you're hosting at least, maybe you have an upline or somebody above you who hosts team Zooms all the time, but you still want to have some smaller personal ones. Maybe you and your team are going to do a book club together this summer and you're just going to meet once a week on Zoom. Maybe you're going to have a Zoom where you have a fun scavenger hunt or you play a fun game together just to reconnect and get connected with that team. If you have a larger team like I do in the thousands, then make sure you're sticking with those consistent weekly team huddles that people can hop on. Maybe you're doing some kind of, again, fun game on them. Maybe you're having a book club. Maybe you're having a meetup. If you have some local people, maybe you guys meet at a park, meet at a water park, let the kids play, get connection. So reconnecting with your team, okay? The second thing you want to reconnect with is your customers. If you have a lot of local customers, like Stephanie might, right? Because she has a party-based business. So when I used to sell Stella and Dot, the jewelry, I had a lot of personal local customers. So in the summer, I would do a park meetup. Hey guys, I'm going to be at the park at this time. Would love to see you. My kids are this age. Let's all meet up at this time. Even if I wasn't selling jewelry at the park, I was reconnecting, having conversations, engaging with my customers who I don't normally see that often. Now I'm able to talk to them. Hey, we need to have a girls' night. How about you host a girls' night and I bring over the jewelry and a couple bottles of wine. You invite the friends and we have a night just to get away from the kids, right? Or we talk about a pool party, bring the kids and have the jewelry there. So it's important to reconnect with your team and reconnect with your customers, especially if you have local customers. If you don't have local customers, how else can you reconnect with your customers? Well, you could do a really fun Zoom night where you had lots of giveaways. Maybe, like you can see, I have lots of different products that I sell. So maybe I host a Zoom where I invite all of my customers, and if they're on live, they get entered to win different prizes. And maybe I interview a couple customers and interview a couple people on my team. And now we're able to have what I call a virtual living room local or living room event, right? And we're doing it virtually. And this is a way that, again, I can reconnect with those customers. So number one thing as you start off this summer is reconnect with your team, reconnect with your customers. The second thing that's really important this summer is to reorganize. I actually had an amazing Zoom yesterday with one of my teammates, Kendra, who is a teacher and had a really busy year this year. She said it was even harder than when COVID first hit. So she was saying that she really fell off from her business and was feeling guilty about it. And so first we worked on that mind work, because what you think about grows, right? So we don't want to put thought into, my business isn't where I want it to be, and all those negative thoughts. We want to shift it to the positive. Isn't it amazing that I have a business that I can push the pedal or brake on whenever I need to? Isn't it amazing that summer's here and now I can reestablish new goals and new vision for my business? So she and I came up with a game plan, and the very first thing was to reorganize. So I challenged her, and I challenge you to open up your calendar. Put down for the week, and I want you to start doing this every Sunday. You know, Kelly and I are big on planning, but start today, which is Wednesday. Open up your calendar, write down all the things the kids have going on that you need to take them to and fro. Write down whatever you need to do with your husband. Write down whatever appointments you need to go to, because a lot of us try to make up our health appointments all summer, right? So all those things I want you to put on your calendar, the non-negotiables, the things that you have to be at. Then I want you to find a 90-minute block every single day to work your business. Now, if you're a leader, that means you have one person or more on your team, why not host what we call a working Zoom? That's where you literally get on the Zoom and you walk people through what you're doing during that 90-minute block, and they can follow along and do the same thing. You're just on there together, and if people get stuck, they can speak up, and you're just sharing like, hey, right now I'm going into birthday messages. This is the message I'm sending. Here's what I do when they reply back. Now let's spend 20 minutes doing that. And if you have any questions, ask me. That allows you to reconnect with your team, but also organizing yourself, because you know that if you said you were going to be on from 10 to 11:30, which is like what Kelly Hoover's doing today for our team, you're going to be on because they're expecting you there, right? So reorganizing that calendar. Where will I fit that 90-minute block in every day? And one of the things that Kendra and I talked about is her goals. Her goal is to get back to a certain amount by the end of the summer. So she decided she needed to do a 90-minute block every single day, including Saturday and Sunday. For me, where I am in my business right now, I can do a 90-minute block Monday through Friday and give myself 30 minutes on Saturday and 30 minutes on Sunday instead of 90 minutes on Saturday and Sunday. That's how I've built my business now. So you have to decide, do my goals line up with my action, and put that on the calendar. Now, if something happens, one of your kids runs late at camp, or you end up needing to go help your parents, or something happens, right? Or your kids interrupt your work time, then you just go back. Oh, I only got 30 minutes today. I'm going to do an hour before I hang out with you tonight, honey. I'm talking about my spouse, right? Before I can hang out tonight, I need to finish this 1 hour block. Then I'm free. Then it's off your mind, right? So reorganizing, getting that calendar to work for you, right? And then let's start doing that every Sunday. Let's plan out our calendar for the week, and let's make sure our social media is done on Sunday. And guess what? You'll have way more time than you even imagined, and you're much clearer when you're in each activity. When I'm in my 90-minute block, I'm business. When I'm with my kids, I'm about my kids, and I'm not thinking about one or the other. It's such a blessing. All right, tip number 3 is to repurpose. What do you already have that you need to revamp this summer? So an example would be maybe you have a Facebook group for your potential customers and current customers, okay? For example, Kelly and I have one. It's called Do You Thrive? And in there, people can learn more about our products. They can learn more about people's stories. They can learn more about what they do. And then right now in the summer, we're having every other week a live in there where 3 people are being interviewed about their stories. So I'm revamping that group. I'm having live interviews every other week and giveaways for people who are on that live. Okay, so I'm just revamping, I'm re-exciting that group, right? I'm not starting over. Same thing with our team page. We're doing some extra things on our team page to revamp, to regrow. Maybe you want to hold blitzes. Maybe you want to get used to boards. If you guys haven't checked out boards yet, Kelly and I are just learning it. It's actually an app on your phone and you can connect it to your keyboard. And then it's easy for you to share your scripts that you use. So Kelly and I are going to get better at this and then we'll teach it. But these are the kind of things, like maybe you already have those and you need to revamp them so your whole team can use them. Maybe you have a team page. Maybe you have a customer group. Maybe you have emails. Maybe you have social media that you just need to revamp this summer. So allowing some time on your calendar to revamp every week so that you're getting yourself reusing, reactivating, and making them fresh again. Okay, so reconnect, reorganize, repurpose are my 3 big takeaways from today. And next time I'm on in a couple weeks, I'm going to share with you some blitz ideas. Do you guys currently do blitz? I'm super curious. If you do blitzes on your team, let me know if you do them or if you're curious about how we do them and how they work for us. So I hope you guys have a great day. Make it a great day for others. And don't forget, don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Robert Louis Stevenson. Have a great day. Make it a great day for others.